Hi, cutie pies. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. Today is Tuesday, January the 23rd, 2024. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give this one a solid 6. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Hi, cutie pies. I'm Lanikia. That's not what she said, but that's what I heard. Ooh, child, this is a mess. Hold on, I'm about to paraphrase this. Thank you so much for watching. All right, guys, let's get into this. We start off with Sarah. I'm not gonna hold you long, okay? Because it wasn't much. We start off with Sarah and Xander. So, she's come in with a few more things and everything, and she's getting ready to cook. She's gonna cook for him, and he's like, "It's so nice to have somebody, a roommate that can actually cook." And so they're getting settled in, and they're still tap dancing around the fact that they really do like each other and want to be with each other, yada yada yada. um but it's just a matter of time. We all know it's just a matter of time before Sarah and Xander are in a full-fledged relationship again. And so until that actually happens, they're gonna just keep tap dancing around each other like they don't want to be together when we all know they do. For the Sarah and Xander fans, I'm very happy because I know a lot of y'all are like, please put them back together again. This is a couple that it's not that I don't want them together. I just don't. It doesn't. I'm indifferent. Let's move on. So then we see that Chad and Everett are patting each other on the back on a job well done with the paper, and Xander comes in because he had told Sarah, he want to just check in on things, and so he come in and he tell them, y'all spending too much money, like because they talked about doing that fundraiser that Wendy, remember Wendy, Stephanie, and all them were gonna wanted to do a fundraiser on Valentine's Day, and he said that y'all we spending too much money, and I also saw that y'all gave $5,000. Where was that going to? And Everett said he gave it to me so they could talk to drug dealers. And Chad, I mean, Sandra said some liquor wouldn't have done that. Like get them liquored up and get the information that you needed or whatever. You do pay your informant, Xander. But I see what he was saying. He was like financially, we don't have the money to just throw away like this. We're still trying to get the paper back to where it was financially and everything. And so here come Leo skipping in. I love me some Leo. Talking about hello everyone, and Xander's all complimenting him. He said, "I like to see you because you do one thing that these two ain't doing, and that's you bring the paper money without spending it." And Leo was like, "Well, thank you for that." And they do congratulate him on his MLK story. And a lot of y'all in the comments were really happy to see that piece of when they gave that episode as well when they gave that information. So, anyways, they're all thinking about ways that they can make the paper money. And so Chad is like, so Xander, you just came down here to wrap our knuckles. Um, that you've not been here. You haven't been working. And when you do come, it's all to tell us about everything that we're doing wrong. So at this point, um, Stefan comes in, right? So Stefan comes in and he talks to them. Now, Stefan had been over here with Ava, and they had had a lunch rush that wasn't much of a rush. So their business has suffered. One, Holly was found with drugs behind their building. Two, they had a raid on their building, so they're not, now their business has suffered. Now they can't have a business that's not doing well because how you gonna account for all this money from moving drugs? Like how you gonna clean the money when the business isn't doing well? You know what I mean? So they bring Stephanie in to help. So while Ava and Stephanie and Stefan are talking, they come up with different ways that they could help promote the business. And the main thing they said is that, you know, we need to threaten to sue the police for doing a raid that had nothing, no drugs were found or anything like that. And we need to keep this out of the paper because Everett and Chad are really trying to help the police in finding out who is running these drugs in our town. So then Stephanie was like, you know what? Let me go and talk to my brother or whatever. Because Stephanie said, I could try to help. I'm kind of in a little situation shit with Everett. That's not what she said, but that's what I heard. I'm kind of in this little situation shit with Everett. And, Chad and I, we ended our relationship on good terms. So I could see. And then Stephanie was like, well, Chad and I are brothers and we're on good terms. So let me see what I can do. So Stefan goes over here to all of them and he tells Chad, let me talk to you in private. And it was like, why you want to talk to him in private? And Chad leaves out with Stefan. And so Stefan starts telling Chad, this little thing y'all doing, trying to come after um, the bistro is not a good look for us. So I need you to calm down on that. And Stefan was like, why? Because y'all doing something that you're not supposed to be. And he said, well, when the Demira name attached, he said, don't forget Ava's last name as well. Both of y'all attached to this, and the drugs is upticking around your location. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't know, like, let the public know. And he says, well, what? I'm an innocent man. I said, now, Stephen, you said it so believable. I almost believed him. He said it so convincingly. I said, is he innocent? Now, Stephen, I thought you were in the drug. But he said, I'm an innocent man. Chad, you know how you felt when you were accused of being a necktie killer and you were innocent and what they did? Like, come on now. So, baby, Stephen leave and Chad come in and they were like, so what he want? And he tells them we're killing this story as far as when it comes to the bistro as well as the raid at the bistro. And he hot. He is upset. He's like, wait a minute, that's not right. What did he go out there and tell you? And Xander was like, no, I don't agree with that or whatever. Leo pretty much didn't say anything because Leo he don't really care about none of this anyways. But um Chad told them, I said we killing the story and that's it. And Xander, go on back to the house with your baby because he did bring little Victoria and they was all cooing over her or whatever. But he was like, go on back to your house with your baby because you and stay in your lane because you ain't do nothing but try to dictate what we doing over here while you're not working really. And I guess he got the majority. I guess Chad got the majority share in this paper or whatever. I don't know, y'all. So then he tells Everett, and you stay in your lane. You work for me. If I tell you not to write something in your story, that's exactly what you're gonna do. So figure this out. And so Everett was like, well, okay then. And Leo was just like, all right, let me go too. But he didn't really have anything to do with any of this, right? He just trying to write this paper about what is it, a congressman or something that he found his phone and he had news in it. He's just trying to write that story. He don't have nothing to do with this. So he's not trying to get on Chad bad side. Anyways, child, that's it was yeah. I thought it was even funny. So then, since we are talking about Stefan, we see that Ava, when he leaves, Ava and Stephanie continue to talk, right? So they continue to talk, and they talk. Ava started bringing up the fact that she know Stephanie was with Harris, and she said it was nothing. It was just a kiss, and Harris is a good man, and Ava now she reminiscing because she know he a good man, and she said he is, but not the right man for me. But she is sad. I said, Ava, hold some of that together because Stephanie just kissed you in front of Stephanie, and so Stephanie is like, so y'all together, you and Stephanie. She said, yeah, and his wife is in prison, yeah, but you know, she can't do conjugal visits or anything. It is what it is. And Stephanie said, it ain't my business. So then Ava said, well, what you got going on with Harris isn't my business, so I give you permission. Stephanie said, my ma'am, I don't need permission. I said, nah, Ava, you my girl, but I know that's right. Permission for what? Grown. And so they have an understanding, but anyway, Stephanie gonna work for them and all that, and they're happy about it. So Stefan comes back and he tells Ava what went down and that Chad is not going to run the story. Stephanie is happy about that, and so she leaves. And so he and Ava about to pop a bottle and celebrate. And right as they're about to do that, Ava realizes she got a missed call on her phone because she had her phone on silent. And she listens. She said, "It's Rafe. He wants to come down to the station." And and Stephanie said, "We're gonna take out. We're gonna come when we wanna come. You can't. You don't get to What do you call it? You don't get to beckon me and tell me to come on. I'm grown." And so Ava said, he says, we really need to do it today. And they said, all right, well, we'll see. But let's go ahead. So they drink a little bit of their champagne and they're gonna go on down to the station. We're gonna see what happens from there. So then we see that Paulina does have thyroid cancer. She did receive her results and she has thyroid cancer. She's gonna have a surgery. They're gonna put her on medication and she has a high chance of survival rate. Now the doctor they said that worked with her, which we I would have loved to see this. If you're gonna bring this into a storyline because it is important on I guess bedside table manners and how because they kept bringing it up. So if you're going to tackle that topic, we would have liked to see that. I would have liked to see that, but it is what it is. So this doctor didn't really have the emotional capacity to actually show compassion to Paulina as they're talking, as she's giving her diagnosis, and so Sarah had to come through and clean that thing up, because the doctor didn't do it right. And so she asked Sarah, "Will you be my doctor?" And Sarah says, "Okay." So Paulina is nervous, but she feels confident with Sarah. Now we see Chanel calls Johnny and she tells him, "I really need you. Stuff is going on with my mom." So, mm. Anyways, y'all, that was it. That was Days of Our Lives today. That's all I got for you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soaps in Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.